Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's discussion. Today is Tuesday, 12th August 2025. So we gathered here to continue our discussion on this book, Bhakti. What they call Nectar of Devotion. Okay, let me see. Where is this? Okay. Oops. All right. Okay. Just wondering why so blur. So anyway, so thank you. My gratitude and my humble obeisances to all of you, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, Gandhi Mataji, Charanakshmi Mataji, and Satguna Mataji, for joining us today's discussion. And today we're going to continue on chapter 12. So I hope that you all are having a great ecstatic studies and these detailed studies on Nectar of Devotion. Okay. So before we start in our usual practice, let's offer obeisances to all our spiritual master and Guru Varga with their costless mercy. Let's start today's class. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utta Parakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagarajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vidam Cha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Shunyavadi Pasacharistharine Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Ti Namine Shri Varshabhana Vide Vidaitai Kripavdaya Krishna Sambandha Viknanadaine Prabhave Nama Madhuryo Jala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhakti Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namaste Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dina Tarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasitanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtai Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidanandanamine Gaura Shakti Sarupai Rupanu Gavrayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumestam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannathayate Namaha Vanchakal Patarubhischa Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Paditanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavebayo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kantanam Sute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavani Survishapanustirivi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shri Krishna Pishtabhutari Srimati Jayapataka Swamiti Namani Namacharya Padai Nitai Kripa Pradai Gaura Kata Damadai Nagaramatari Hare Krishna. Okay, so today we're starting chapter 12. So just a quick recap what we have studied on chapter 11 of Nectar of Devotion. So in chapter 11, first we spoke about servitorship. Okay, why we have to be servitorship is very important. So what we understood from there is, according to this, in the opinion of the karmis, offering the result is called servitorship. That means whatever result that we gain, we offer to Krishna, we offer the result is called servitorship. Yeah, like for instance, we are working hard, we make some money and bring back and give it to our family, our wife, children, all provide them. That is called servitorship in their opinion. But according to our Vaishnava acharyas, okay, like Rupa Goswami, servitorship means what? Constant engagement in some kind of service to the Lord. Constant engagement, not only once a week, every Sunday. So you have to be constantly engaging yourself in some kind of service to Krishna. All right. So that means we have to know, okay, if you have only started your doing your journaling itself, it is a kind of engaging in servitorship because you are trying to be Krishna conscious. All right. You are just trying to check and balance on your daily life what happened, and have I used it for Krishna consciousness? Any challenges or any good things that happen? How are you going to relate this back to Krishna consciousness? So that is, I think, journaling is very important. That means keeping your mind always engaged. Okay, the idea about journaling is what? The idea about journaling is to improve our sadhan bhakti. So, okay, now what is my challenges, this and that? You check and balance. So that was something that we have studied in servitorship. Then we also discussed about a few types of service. Okay, it says about devotional service in friendship as a friend. Then, of course, surrendering everything to the Lord. And also we have studied about offering favorite articles, all the favorite articles for Krishna, performing all endeavors for Krishna, and being a surrendered soul, and serving tree. Okay, like Tulasi tree. Why Tulasi tree is worship very important. So we had a very good discussion on Tulasi worship, and of course Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu has shared the mantra. I tried to like extract it out, and try to put it in words so that everyone can relish. So what is the mantra that we should use before we pluck the tulasi? All right. So before we start, is there anything that you all like to share for the since last Friday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days? How's your life was going in Krishna consciousness? Gandhi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I managed to make a Tulasi garland for Krishna.
So wonderful.
Yeah, I'm so happy about it. So I had enough and I made a garland for him. So hopefully I feel nice. And I also did a little bit of confession. So
little bit of what?
Confession.
Confession. Okay.
So yeah, I feel nice, feel a bit lighthearted. So I think I have, in my case, I have to do more.
Why?
Well, some things that I want to pour out.
No, pouring out, it is different, but confession means all the mistakes that you have done in your life.
Yeah.
So you have done that? All the things that you can think of?
Yeah, I have.
All right. Okay. No, because you say little confession, that's why I was wondering how little the confession can be.
Well, I think I have to keep on doing it so that we remind ourselves.
No. Your confession is only once. You don't need to go and keep telling Krishna, I did this. Of course, he knows, he's in your heart. But it's just waiting for you to come and tell, are you really repenting what you have done? So that's the idea about confession. You only do it once. And of course, if there's some certain things that you confess, okay, example, okay, I confess, I used to break these rules, or maybe I confess, okay, I like to do certain things, all right, and you shouldn't do, but suddenly out of, we are all conditioned soul, and helplessly you do something, and it's a mistake, then you're going to confess back to Krishna. Despite me confessing to you, Krishna, I still make this another crazy things, I just did this sin again, please forgive me, but I would like to request one thing. My mind, and I'm so conditioned, even though I know it is not good, it is sinful, but yet I still have to go back to it. So if you desire, okay, please remove all these unwanted things from my life, so it's easy for me. If not, I'm going to take so much of effort to get rid. So why not you just simply get rid, so I can think of something else. Maybe I can chant more 64 rounds for you, and I can read more books for to understand. Like that you can pray, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Don't go back and keep confessing the same thing. Krishna, yes, I understand. Yes, okay, I forgive you. Why you keep telling me that?
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Constantly you have to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, not constantly good confess.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Then, the garland of Tulasi you offered to which deity? You sent to temple or you put it in your house?
I can't go temple, Prabhu. Still not
Okay.
mobile yet. So I put in my
Okay.
photo.
You got a photo of Krishna in your house.
Yes, I have a photo of him.
Right. Okay. Every day you also can offer Tulasi to Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam.
Okay, yeah, I do.
That is because Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita is also deities.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
But make sure that Tulasi, make sure it's wet, it's dry. Sometimes I see people like, they make a garland they want to put for worship of Gita. They put the wet thing on it and all the papers will become soaked. Right? Okay. Nice, nice, nice. All right. How about you, Nanda Devi Mataji? How's your weekend?
Prabhu, I'm in physio right now.
Oh, okay. So you're listening to the talk, huh?
Yes, yes. I
Oh,
put the
can't
ear.
speak. Okay. No,
Yeah.
no problem. No.
Okay.
How about you, Sadguna Mataji?
Nice, Prabhu. When I do chanting, I feel very nice. If I don't do, I feel very guilty. So I'll ask Prabhu, please help me to do extra chanting. I'm trying to do more of 24 rounds daily. And and the other day, I couldn't do this for Ekadasi 64 rounds. Too many
Okay.
things to do. So I begged, give me another day a chance to do this 64 rounds. So I managed to do this last Sunday. So 64 rounds. So I was so happy that I did it. Otherwise, feel very guilty I couldn't do it. So I'm begging all the time. So now I managed to do, and I'm thinking of contemplating to do it every Sundays or so to do 64 rounds. Just pray that I should do. So I feel better if I do this way. So I feel nice, Prabhu. Nice.
Okay. Have you done your confession?
Confession, not yet.
Not yet, huh? Okay.
Yeah, not yet. The time hasn't come yet.
No, it's just going to take you what, 5-10 minutes worth.
Yeah. It's
You
true.
know what he did? You're just going to tell Krishna you did all this. That's it.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I
Yeah.
should say that way. You are the tool, Prabhu. You made us as a tool to do all that. Yes. I'll do that.
Yeah, make it quick.
Yes, correct.
Because confession will create a very different kind of feeling. That's why I want you to feel it. Because
Yeah.
I don't know how to tell it. You have to feel it yourself.
Yes, Prabhu. I'll do that.
All right.
And
Okay. Charana
thank
Lakshmi
you a lot.
Mataji. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Welcome. Charana Lakshmi Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. By writing journal every day, I've got improvement and I'm improving myself. And thanks for the Bhajana Rasya book. It's really a wonderful book, Prabhu.
What book is that?
Bhajana Rasya.
Oh, Bhajana Rahasya. Okay.
It's a really wonderful book. And
All right. So have you done your confession, Mataji?
Not that ready, Prabhu.
The laugh itself. All right. Okay. So I would like to, that's why I want to know your feedback, how it feels, because I want to know whether the feeling is right or not, what I felt and what you're feeling. Is it ngam or not? All right. Nice. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu.
I went to see that Narasimha Avatar, bro.
Okay.
So I didn't have time. It takes a long time to go to PG and come back.
No, what I'm saying is since the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So have you had any chance to do confession?
Saturday was the general Balarama.
Oh, okay.
And then Sunday was the Narasimha Avatar.
Okay. Do you like the movie?
No, I dare not say not so, but everybody said very good, very good, very good. No? But it was not that very thrilling. No? But the fellow made his money now.
Yeah. I heard that half of the income goes to Todu. I mean, TOVP.
It's, till yesterday, his income was 105 crores, Babu.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. Huh?
Yeah. But of course, he's dedicating everything to TOVP. Then on that side, it's okay.
Yeah. But his house, his mortgage, his house, his jewelry, everything. No?
Wow.
Big risk he took. No? But
big risk.
I think if you think other devotees have not gone to any other cinema till now, I think.
Yeah. In fact, I also felt the same thing like you. You're talking about the thrill. I also didn't feel anything.
Yeah, they also say go sit in the back row because you get a heart attack.
Yeah.
There's not that thrilling.
Yeah. I mean, you're not alone. I was almost to fall asleep.
Yeah, but you cannot tell it out. The other devotees.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, it's recording. Yeah. No, actually, it's thrilling for those who are new people who are watching. Those who are like a non-devotee, and those who are like children. And those who are like hardly goes to theater, movie, cinema. Yeah, for them it's thrilling. Anyway, they have done a good job. So some or other they create that kind of what they call the imagination, They tried their best. We appreciate that. Okay. All right. So with that note, we start our session today. So today we're going to continue our discussion on chapter 12, further aspects of transcendental service. Okay. So further aspects of transcendental service. All right. Now we are in 54. Ata shastrasya shastram atra samakyatam yad bhakti pratipadakam. Quoted in first Eastern Ocean, second wave, text 206. All right. So now here we are talking about first, before that we studied about hearing and remembering. Then after that, servicing, servitude. So now we are coming to the topic about hearing the revealed scripture. Why this revealed scripture is very important. Okay, first of all, what does it mean by revealed scripture? All right. The revealed scripture means the scripture that reveals the truth. Okay, that's the idea. So the revealed scripture means the scripture that revealing Krishna to you. That is called revealed scripture. So like, for instance, we are... Huh? Say like, for instance, when we are trying to study this, the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, or this kind of other mundane scripture. So that is just a scripture, all right? That is just like a book and everything. But here it's revealed scripture. The revealed scripture we understand from today is the scripture that reveals Krishna to us. Okay, let's look at it. According to Srila Rupa Goswami, any book, now it's given here. So according to what? Rupa Goswami, all right, not any other ordinary people. Any book which gives enlightenment in the matter of advancing in devotional service is considered to be revealed scripture. Okay, any book that gives enlightenment. Enlightenment means once you read it, you are, what is enlightenment means? You are glowing. All right. So something that you have never heard, and suddenly you hear, boom, you feel like a kind of a thrill, a kind of awakening. So in the matter of advancing in devotional service is considered to be revealed scripture. So Srila Madhavacharya has also defined revealed scripture as referring to the books which is as Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranas, Upanishad, Vedanta, and any other written pursuant to such revealed scripture, or any other book that is written in pursuance of such revealed scripture. Okay, what does that mean? So according to Madhavacharya, Madhavacharya is Acharya in our parampara, Gaudiya Vaishnava, Madhava Gaudiya Vaishnava parampara. He said, so the revealed scripture means like the story of Ramayana, okay? The story of Mahabharata, Purana. Because why Mahabharata? Because in between there is Bhagavad Gita there. Puranas, Upanishad, and Vedanta, like Srimad Bhagavatam, okay? Or any other written in pursuance. What does that mean? That means any other things like commentary, all right? Like Bhajana Rahasya is a commentary. Like this Nectar of Devotion is a commentary on the this thing. So anything that affiliated to that is also called as the revealed scripture. So second 207, Yata skande Vaishnavani tu shastrani ye shrunvanti patanti cha dhyanyaste manava loke tesham Krishna prasidati. Now let's look at what Skanda Purana is mentioning. So Skanda Purana, there is a statement. All right, what it says: a person who is constantly engaged in reading literature, enunciating to cultivation of Vaishnava devotional service, is always glorious in human society, and certainly Lord Krishna become pleased with him. So in Skanda Purana, it's a statement says like this, right? Vaishnavani. Vaishnava means Vaishnava, devotees. Vani means knowledge. Vani means literature. All right. Vani means literature, knowledge, and all these things. So Vaishnavani, which is two Sastrani. So Vaishnava Vani, that means the revealed things, the cultivation of devotional service, Sastrani, okay, which is in the Sastra. So those who constantly engage in reading literature, enunciating the cultivation of Vaishnava devotional service, Vaishnava Vani. Okay, what it says here is always glorious. All right, it is always glorious. So it's glorious. That means it's not an ordinary thing. When we are going to read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, or Chaitanya Charitamrita, or like Bhajana Rahasya, all these kind of books, it is not an ordinary feat. It is just not, it is extraordinary. Extraordinary. And it's even beyond that extraordinary, because it is always glorious. Right? It's glorious in human society. And of course, after it says, Danyaste Manava Loke, Tesham Krishna Prasidati. That means it's certainly Lord Krishna become pleased with him. So there's another way of pleasing Krishna. This thing is by reading about him, right? That's through the revealed scripture. The next, Vaishnavani. Okay, again, the Vaishnava Vani. Okay, Vaishnava Vani. So Vaishnava Vani, when you look at this word here, why there's a dash here? Okay, why there's a Vani? Okay, so because there's a word, we can separate the word into two. All right, like for instance, now the word is Vaishnava. Okay, then the Vaishnava, then Vani. Okay, Vaishnava Vani. But when you combine these two words, when you bring these two words together, okay, it becomes Vaishnava Vani. Vaishnava Vani. So therefore, they will always put a dash on top. They put a dash, Vaishnava Vani. All right, they put a dash on top because it's a combination of two words. Vaishnava Vani. Yeah. All right. So that's the thing. So now let's look at this. Okay. So Vaishnavani tu Sastrani Re Archayanti Grihe Nara Sarva Papa Vinirmukta Sarva Papa, all varieties of sin Vinirmukta Bhavanti Sura Vanditaha. Sura means what? Devotee. Asura means demon. Alright, the Sura means also can call as Devas, demigods, and Asura means opposite of demigods is called demon. Alright, so that means it's called Bhavanti Sura Vandita. Vandita means you can become one. Right? So Vaishnavani tu Sastrani te richyanti grihe nara. Sarva Papa Vinirmukta. All varieties of sin will be destroyed. And you can come to the level of Sura Vandita. That means you can come to the level of that. All right. So that means, okay, now the translation is Vandita is also known as, no, not become. Vandita means worship. Vandita means Vandanam. In Tamil, we call Vandanam, right? Vandanam. Vandanam means what? Is worshipping. So Sura Bhavinta. So Devas worshipable or worshipping. All right, let's look at the translation. A person who are very carefully keep such literature at home, not simply put everywhere. All right, don't make your Bhagavatam collect dust. There's so many houses got Bhagavatam, and you go there, you tap, you see a thick dust. All right. So those who keep very carefully such literature at home, then offers respectful obeisances to it. All right. So to offer obeisance, that's why I said like Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, you must always pay obeisances. All right. And I told that Mataji just now, right? Gandhi Mataji said you can even offer Tulasi, worship them. All right. Tulasi and all these kind of things. Remember, okay, now those who offer respectful obeisances to it becomes freed from all sinful reaction. All right. They can be freed from all sinful reaction. And what? Ultimately becomes worshipable by the demigods. Oh, right. So even that a person can become worshipable by the demigods. All right. So what does that mean? That means you want your devas to worship you? No, not that. That's why I say Sura Vandita. So that means when you first of all, when you pay obeisance to the book, you offer Tulasi to the book, you keep the book very carefully and all these kind of things. So what does that mean? Eventually you're going to read it. And eventually when you read it, you can come to the level of Prema Bhakti. All right, once a person achieves the level of Prema Bhakti, and that's the time that the whole three world will be worshipping you as a pure devotee of the Lord. It is not like I just chant Hare Krishna, I just eat some prasadam. I still go to work and have, I still manage my material life and spiritual life simultaneously and this and that. It is not to the level of the pure level. All right, it's not. But here, what we can argue, how can it be Sura Mandita? How can that Devas will be worshipping? Yes. Why? When a person becomes the pure devotee of the Lord. When he becomes a pure devotee of Krishna, okay, what is that pure devotee? What is a pure devotee means? When we come to the level of bhava. All right, first we start with this thing, okay? Like yesterday, I was reading this book, while servicing the car. I think did I share that in the group? I think I'm not sure. I think I shared personally to Vivan. Was it? No, I shared to another person. So in that book, it says about the Brahmanical. There's a question of Brahmanical culture. All right. He says that why is that Brahmins are doing three Sandhya Gayatri during that conjoining of the three different. Okay, for instance, when the sun about to rise, when the darkness comes towards light, in between twilight zone. All right. Okay, and from the morning turns into afternoon. Okay, it's a changing, the sun is exactly on the, so from there it comes here and moving to the next level, so in the middle. And third one is in the evening, when again another twilight zone, when the sun is setting. During the three time, a person need to do Gayatri. All right, three Vandana. Right, three Vandana, so they have to do Gayatri. And they say, the person says, but after that, what they call Vaishnava Das, his name is Vaishnava Das, but formerly he was known as Sannyasi Maharaj. All right, Sannyasi Maharaj, who is a Mayavadi, surrenders unto this, his guru, Premadas. And after that, after he surrenders to him, then he will be initiated as Vaishnava Das. All right, from Mayavadi, he became a devotee. And he'll be explaining, right? So according to the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti that we are following, the rules and regulation. Because for a neophyte, we have to follow the Vaidhi Sadhana. Okay, because when you see a person was condemned to jail, okay, first thing, what is the difference between jail life and outside life? They say, when I let you free, you don't follow all the rules and regulation. So they confine you in one place and they'll force you to follow the rules and regulation forcefully. Right? You don't show your tantrum. You better be sober. You better be humble. You better be loving. Right? They put all this Vaidhi or this kind of rules and regulation. So when we start our life, we started off as Vaidhi sadhana. First, we become a sadhaka. Sadhaka means we are somehow or other convinced to become a devotee. So once you want to become from the conditioned life, from all the impurities that we have in our life, through the conditioned life, we are coming into this spiritual life. We have to follow first of all, we follow the rules and regulation, right? So when a person wants to join army, first of all, you have to follow the rules and regulation, right? You don't have any personal life. Just follow the rules. The commander says that, you just do. Don't way you can say no, or you want to think about it. There's no such thing, right? So it's just like army training. So first we started Vaidhi Sadhana. So under Vaidhi Sadhana, there's rules and regulations. So the seer of the truth, or the author of the book Vedas and all these kind of things, they start to realize there are four kinds of people. First is there's a teacher group, teachers, preceptors. Number two is the warriors, the protectors, the governors. Number three, the mercantile, the businessmen, the one who cultivate the land and everything. And number four is a servants, right? The servants. So only there's four class. The whole world is only these four class. There's nothing more, there's nothing less, right? So when this kind of things is happen, so all this kind of so they divided the people into four, and after divide the people into four, and they give them accordingly. They train them accordingly. Okay, now if you're a Brahmana, this is what you have to follow the rules. If you're a Kshatriya, you follow this Vaidhi. Because when you follow the Vaidhi or the Vidhi Murai, in Tamil we call Vidhi Murai, the rules. If we நம்ம இந்த விதி முறையை நம்ம ஃபாலோ பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோம்னா என்ன ஆகும்? நம்ம இருக்கிற சூழ்நிலையில நம்ம சிறப்பா இருக்க முடியும். சரியா? Right? இதான் விதிமுறை. Okay, in anywhere, even you go to work and everything, they will first they will tell you they will give you the rules. They say, okay, இந்த விதிமுறையில ஃபாலோ பண்ணு. அப்போ இந்த விதிமுறையில நம்ம ஃபாலோ பண்ணோம்னா என்ன ஆகும்னா, we tend not to make mistake. All right? When we have a definite goal, plan, and the game plan, and the rules and regulation, like Japanese, When you go to any factories or Japanese inspired factories, you say the 5 things, 5S. Sinsei, Sangsei, something like that. Right? So you follow the 5S, you will never go wrong. Your output will be perfect with very less defect. Okay, the 5S, the Japanese follows in their factory. So similarly, there's a 4 kind of people, and they put that in. Okay, now if you are a Brahmana, you follow that Brahmanical rules, and you follow the 3 Vandana, you have to do Gayatri, you have to this and that, this. But all these are called Nimitika, Naimitika. Naimitika means what? It is temporary, or it is forceful, or it is, what they call, it is known as circumstantial, or circumstantial, or what we call even yeah, circumstantial. Yeah, that's the word. Circumstantial. That means now I'm born as a human being, I have to do this, something like that. Okay, circumstantial. And it's not permanent. It is not permanent rules. It's not a permanent rules. So it's circumstantial. So what happened if a Brahmana next birth born as Chandala? All right. So what happened? He cannot perform these 3 Vandana and all these kind of things. So what is the book is explained there very nicely. Okay, Jaiva Dharma. It's mentioned in chapter 3. It says about that we are following this. Okay, all that Brahmanical culture and all this kind of way of life, it is all under Vaidhi sadhana. That means following the rules and regulation. But after that, he says, but beyond that, that is something which is Nitya. So Naimitika and Nitya. Naimitika means incidental, circumstantial. Nistika means, and Nitika means it is permanent, constitutional position. Constitutional position. So what is a constitutional position? That everyone is servant of Krishna. So we should understand that. So all this kind of Vaidhi sadhana, all these are simply to regulate your life in whichever condition that you are. Example, if a person is a Shudra, you follow the rules of Shudra, and through that following that rules of Shudra, and after that try to bring, study the Krishna conscious, the Shudras also can become a Vaishnava. Even a Chandala outcast. And of course, it's also mentioned about the outcast. Who are the outcasts? The one who are not clean, who are the thoughts are so dirty, the one who consumes all this kind of alcohol, and they all fall under the category of malichas. Atheist, even the atheist people are called the outcast, out of the caste system. Because within the caste system is for you to improve, right? So that means if you are, example, when you work in a Japanese factory, right, there's a 5S standard is there, right? But the 5S standard varies according to the CEO, according to the general manager, according to the supervisor, according to that, what they call the operators. All of them will follow the 5S according to their nature. The person down there, a laborer or what they call the operator, cannot perform the 5S method as how the CEO is performing. The standard 5S is there, but they all follow according to their nature. So similarly, all these created according to the nature. And of course, once the idea is that eventually it'll come to the level of Brahman, level of Vaishnava, right? So what I understood from that book, it says even an outcast, Chandala, Malicha, all right, also can come to the level of Vaishnava. Even the Shudras can come to become a Vaishnava. Even a Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, anybody, any human being can become a Vaishnava because that's a constitutional position. But of course, within that constitutional position, you have to follow little rules and regulation, all right? Even a king that travels on the road with all that siren and everything, when the light becomes red, he has to stop. Unless if he don't stop, he have to slow down. Or if there's a jam, he cannot take his Rolls Royce and fly at 200 kilometers per hour. All right, when there's a jam in front, of course, the police try to move the thing. You have to still crawl. So you are a king, but still follow the rules of the street. All right, so something like that. So okay, so that's the thing, that we all want to become a Vaishnava. So that's the thing. So when we start to read and understand, so the book is there, Jaiva Dharma, this Bhajana Rahasya, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam Gita. So when we worship means how we worship them. We worship all these books by studying them. Not simply put sambrani for them. Sambrani. We have the worship of the books is by studying it. So eventually a person who becomes Vaishnava, all right, beyond that Brahmanical, beyond that 4 Varna and 4 Ashrama, all right, 4 Varna and 4 Ashrama, beyond these 4 Varna and 4 Ashrama, when a person becomes so perfect, he comes to the level of Raganuga. First, we follow rules and regulation, then he become Raganuga, spontaneous. Then after you start to practice Raganuga very nicely, without you even noticing, you can come to the level of Bhava. So once you come to the level of Bhava, then after that, it is beyond your life will be taken over by strong Krishna emotion. Because emotion you cannot describe. We can, logically, we can describe a lot of things. Logically, we can say this, that, this, that, this, that. But logically, we cannot describe the mother's love to the child. All right? You can't give any definition or how the mother loves the child or how the father loves the child, right? Or the reciprocation, the loving relationship between the man and the woman. We can't describe it. That's nothing because it's feeling. Feeling is something that cannot be described. So once you come to the level of prema, okay, now itself, when we start to have our parental love to our children, it is great ecstatic. And a person falls in love with another girl, and a man falls in love, he don't feel like when he bathe, he don't feel like bathing. When he eat, he just don't know what he have had. Just a little drop of the drop. A minute drop of that ultimate prema. Just a little tap, ஒரு தெரிக்கிறது தான், ஒரு தண்ணி ஒரு தெரிச்சது தான். அதே we make us like go like so much crazy, like that. And imagine when you achieve the ultimate prema, what will happen to you? It is beyond our, we can't think about it logically, right? We can't perceive it. All right, so that's the idea. So once a person goes to that level, is beyond this material condition of life, beyond the 3 modes of material nature, beyond all limitation, beyond that 5 material sense perception, 20 sets of sense perceptions, and beyond that pradhana, beyond that the 3 mode, what they call the subtle body, mind, is beyond. So that person is achieved the highest level. All right, so that's the idea. All right, let's look at verse 209. Titaste Vaishnavam Sastram. Tishtate Vaishnavam Sastram. Likitam Yasya Mandire Tatra Narayano Deva Swayam Vasati Narada. It is also said said to Narada Muni. All right, it says to Narada Muni that, my dear Narada, a person who writes Vaishnava literature and keeps such literature at home as Lord Narayana always residing in his house. All right, the person who writes Vaishnava literature, okay, the person who writes about Krishna, okay, that's why you say this is also another indirect way. When you're going to write your journaling and your realization, you're going to write it down, you somehow or other, okay, you are attracting Krishna to you. All right, so it is like that. So like what Prabhupada did, he translated all the books and everything. If anyone was so good in any language, maybe you can consider about translating all the books into Bahasa Malaysia, Bahasa Melayu. All right, we have in Indonesia language, we don't have it in Malay language. All right, of course, initially, I'm not sure how far it's true. They said you cannot translate all these, prohibited to translate all these to Malay language. All right, but I don't think that is a valid argument, because even the Bible also is in Malay language, right? And the Malay language, why? Because Malaysia is Malaysian. I mean, Malaysians speak Malay. And so many people, especially youngsters, those who are, okay, youngsters now are exposed to Malay because of DLP system, dual language program. But before the DLP system, there's so many people can't read English. Okay, they cannot understand English. Even how simplified it became, it's also cannot understand. All right, so you can translate into Malay language. And of course, as an Indian, as a Chinese, all right, other than non-Muslim people, they could take up and study the literature in Malay language. There's no harm done. All right. If it's supposed to be banned, you can't write in Malay, then you also should ban in English, because now everybody speaks very fluent English because of DLP program. It is only those days people cannot speak English. Now everybody can speak very fluent English. And I see that so many houses, they don't even speak their mother tongue in the house. Right? Like in my house, we hardly speak Tamil, unless to my mother. right? Then after that, I noticed that my opposite neighbor, who is a Malay doctor's couple, he also doing the same thing. The whole family speaks in English, right? The whole family speaks in English. I say, wow, never heard that. I say, yeah, whatever, whenever you shout in your house, I understand. I say, yeah, same too. Whenever what you shout also, I understand. Because everybody speaks English. All right. So they should ban it. So it doesn't make sense. All right. So this is an open request. If anyone also good in Malay language, if you think you want to translate, you can try. You can try. How you should start? Start from a small book and try to translate to Malay language and see whether it really works or not. And don't use this kind of bombastic Malays, bombastic language. Just a simple Malay language that everyone who reads can understand. All right. That is something, a great service you can think of. In verse 210, also is mentioned. It's from Srila Rupa Goswami quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, chapter 13, text 15. Tata Sri Bhagavate Dvadase Cha. All right. Sarva Vedanta Saram. These three. Sarva Vedanta Saram. All the essence of all the Vedas. He, Sri Bhagavatam Ishyate. It's in Srimad Bhagavatam. Tat Rasa Amrita Triptasya. Tat Rasa Amrita. Rasa means what? Feeling, love, mellow. Amrita, which is full of mellows. All right. Triptasya. Nanyatra Shat Rati Kvachit. In Srimad Bhagavatam 12 Canto 13, it is stated that Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. All right, it's the essence. All right. Sarva Vedanta Saram. Any person who becomes attached to some way or other to reading Srimad Bhagavatam cannot have any taste. Okay. And Triptasya means satisfaction. Tripti. Tripti adayiradu. So, one has become attached to some way other than reading Srimad Bhagavatam cannot have any other taste for reading any other literature. In other words, a person who relished the transcendental bliss, Tripti adayiradu, of Srimad Bhagavatam cannot be satisfied with other mundane writings. Right? They cannot be satisfied with other mundane writings. Those who have not started taking up Srimad Bhagavatam, I suggest you should start at once. And how to study Srimad Bhagavatam? Very simple. Right? Some people say, oh, too long. Say, doesn't matter. Let's do it systematic way. First day. All right. Just take one book, first canto. All right. The first step of studying Srimad Bhagavatam, step 1, you must read the introduction very carefully. Because in that introduction, the intention of the author is revealed. So you must study the introduction very carefully. All right. Take your time. Okay. It's around 30 plus pages. Right? Of course, after you complete your introduction, you study your introduction, that means you understand the rough idea, what actually in Srimad Bhagavatam is trying to reveal to you. All right? Then forward and the introduction and all this, you study it nicely. Then after that, you study. First thing, what do? You only study the translation. Okay, like for instance, like here, okay, like here the translation, okay. The verse says, Ta Sarva Vedanta Saram Hi Sri Bhagavatam Ishyate. We don't do that. We straight go in Srimad Bhagavatam 12 Canto chapter 30. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. Any person who attached to that some way or the reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, he cannot have any other taste to any other literature. And he simply relished the transcendental bliss of Srimad Bhagavatam, and he cannot be satisfied with mundane writings. Like that, you just continue reading the translation. Day 1. All right. If you could just, I think within a few hours, you could finish up one entire book. Say 1 or 2 days. Okay, take 2 days, read all the translation. First day, translation done. Then after that, next day, okay, next up, go back to the first page again. Right? Start from the verse 1. What are you going to do? You read the what they call, you read the Sanskrit and the, okay, Sarva Vedanta Saram Hi Bhagavatam Ishyate Tat Rasamrita Triptasya Nanyatra Shatrati Kvachi. In Srimad, okay, Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all. So you read the Sanskrit and the translation. But in between, also study the word by word. Okay, Sarva. What is Sarva means? Oh, all. Vedanta. All right, the essence, they call the conclusion of the Vedas. Veda Anta. And the Saram, the essence. He can be found at Sri Bhagavatam Ishyate. So what is Sri Bhagavatam? Ishyate means what? So you would read like that. Then after that, okay, you're done. within 2-3 days, you're done with that. So totally you have spent what, 5 days ready. First, you take 1 week to read your translate, I mean the introduction. Then within 5 days, you have read the word. First, you go through the translation. Then you go through the verse and the translation. That's all. Don't read the purport. Right? So roughly, I'm going to 10 days is done. So for the next 20 days, you scrutinizingly study the purport only. You just open, you just see the translation and read the purport. Try to understand the translation. Okay, what is sarva? Because purport will be explaining one by one verse. So read through the purport. Maybe you can take another 20 days. So like that, you're done. Within a month, one book is completed by detailed studies. If you can do this within 18 months, you could be able to finish up a complete Srimad Bhagavatam by deep studies. All right, by deep studies and this thing. Then what are you going to do? How? Okay, they say, oh, but how to remember that? Very simple. You make your journal and try to make your day according to the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. All right. So, like for instance, when you go to the level of prayers of Queen Kunti will be worshipping, oh Krishna, give me more and more pain, suffering, more and more humiliation. Just name it. Just give me everything. Because whenever you give me this money, you are there to with us, so that I always can remember you. All right. Then after you go through that, then suddenly you just go through some kind of terrible thing happen to you in your life. Somebody have tell something bad about you, some kind of gossip, some kind of propaganda, and you become so heartbroken, you're so angry and everything. Then you write down, I'm so angry, I'm so heartbroken. I never expected this person to do this, this and that. I'm feeling so frustrated and this and that. Okay, now what is the effect? I cannot chant Hare Krishna, I cannot study the books and everything. Okay, what is the remedy according to the Bhagavatam? Queen Kunti says, give me more and more pain, so I could remember you always. Really? Then the next day, what happened? When people come to try to give you pain, start to study the follow-up of what incident happened today, maybe follow up tomorrow, and tomorrow your frustration level will turn into bliss. Oh Krishna, hey, Padita Tarna, I heard that you're a bogus guy, You've been cheating all the people around you. That's Krishna is giving me pain. Then what I should feel now? I feel frustrated, so I can remember Krishna. Krishna, did you really meant this? So like that. Sometimes people think that we Hare Krishna people, all these devotees are crazy because they talk to themselves. Talking to yourself is a very, very important thing, right? But you talk wrong thing to yourself, will turn into depression, right? So like that, we can do. By doing that, my dear fathers and my Prabhus and mothers, I'm not surprised if you could just finish up this Bhagavatam within 1.5 years. But how? You're not simply whimsically studying, right? And we are studying this Bhagavatam not to become a scholar, to show off. So one day I can give a class on Srimad Bhagavatam and whole world, everybody going to give me a big clap. That's not an idea. The idea is to relish, to check yourself, check and balance. So from today onwards, any books that you're going to read, okay, one day we're going into Bhajana Rahasya, or maybe we're going to Jaiva Dharma, or maybe we're going to study that alternative, the works of, because I'm very fascinated with the work of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. I love Bhakti Vinod Thakur, his writing. I just simply love his writing, right? And because he simply quotes here and there. So that means by studying Bhakti Vinod Thakur, I feel I'm understanding Bhagavatam better. And of course, this book, Nectar of Devotion, by this, we know what is that essence. And I start to realize all the secret of devotional service is only kept in chapter Canto what? Can anyone tell me? Where is that all the secret of Sastras is kept? So far that we all went through this Nectar of Devotion, 12th chapter. Where do you think the secret of pure devotional service is kept? Can anyone? Can give a guess? Is it Canto 1, Canto 2, Canto 5, 11, 12, whichever Canto that you can think of? If you don't know, just simply Hantam also can.
Canto 12.
Canto 12?
Canto 12 or Canto 10?
What is it?
Canto 10 or 12, Prabhu? Hantamuni, Prabhu. I don't know.
Canto 10 or Canto 12? All right, a good try. Good firing. Anyone else? Come on, just guess. Just don't simply guess, but just according to what you have understood. Charalakshmi Mataji? Gandhi Mataji? Nanda Devi Mataji? Oh, Nanda Devi, okay. Nanda Devi Mataji is in physio. Sadguna Mataji, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, where do you think? Yes, Gandhi Mataji.
No, I think Canto 10 is all about Krishna and his pastime.
Okay.
So maybe it's Canto 12. Yeah. 12. no.
Okay. You are saying Canto 12. Okay. Because today we are talking about Canto 12. You feel like Canto 12, is it?
I said Canto 9, Prabhu.
Canto 9. Okay. Why? Any idea?
But I don't know, I was deeply attached to that.
Okay. You are deeply attached to Canto 9. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Anyone else want to try? Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu? Is he there?
Oh, but I'm not so sure about my answer.
Okay. But you're sure about the question? Do you understand what I asked?
Yeah, but it's not Canto 10 because yes, not supposed to read that.
No, it's not led. We all supposed to read that, but we have to read in a proper mindset.
But yeah, usually for our level, they say it's a bit risky, bro.
That's why, Prabhu, you have to start from Canto 1. Slowly, you come to the Canto 10, you're already mature. It's very amazing.
Yeah. Okay, bro.
Yeah. But what do you think? Which chapter you think the pure devotional service is hidden?
I've gone through about four times, bro, but still I'm not so good in telling which is the best canto.
No, I'm not asking which is the best canto. I'm saying in which canto the ultimate secret of devotional service is hidden.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, I'm not so sure.
Just simply shoot fire. Tembak lah. Yes, somebody raised the hand. Vivan, yes, Vivan.
Prabhu.
Yeah.
If the story of Ambarita Maharaj is which canto, Prabhu?
What is it?
The story of Ambarish Maharaj at which canto, Prabhu?
Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj.
9, right?
Yeah, 9. Yeah. 8 or 9. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. All right. Okay. So where is the chapter of the pure devotion service is hidden? Is at Canto 11. So Mataji said 10 and 12. Alamak, in between 11. Where do you find it? The story on Uddhava and Krishna. Krishna and Uddhava, the conversation between Krishna and Uddhava. All right. And that's a place also, that's also mentioned about Avanti Brahmana, the extreme level when a person becomes a pure devotee who become extremely tolerant. All right. So like that. Okay. So it's in Canto 11. Okay. I'm talking based on what I've read and understood, because all this while I've read few times, but but of course, studying this, the book of Rupa Goswami, I start to understand, I start to see the important part where actually it's all mentioned, right? So he said Canto 11. All right. So Canto, why did I ask you this question? What was the topic about? What was I saying? All right. Anyway.
You want us to
See, ecstasy, Prabhu, Prema.
Okay, Prema.
That's why I asked for that.
you were telling us how to read Bhagavatam.
Okay, how to read Bhagavatam. Okay. Right. So like that. So that is how we read. So that means within that, the essence of it and the application part. I tell you what, Srimad Bhagavatam is the book that convinces you when you really look at the philosophy, there's only one that surrenders to Krishna and love Krishna. And that's an example that the essence of the Bhagavatam, it is to completely surrender to Krishna. It's worth doing it. And despite any challenges that you go through in life, the devotion to Krishna is worth it. End of the day, you're going to have a happy ending. Like that, you start to read, when this demon comes, they start to terrorize, and Varahadev came. when Praglad was tarnished and Narasingha came, when Prithu Maharaj did this, when all the things that we learn, they will be keep speaking the same thing. The first 9 cantos is good enough, 9.5 cantos, 10, up to half canto 10. It is to convince you. All right. So the conviction level keep increasing as you progress. You don't see the heavy philosophy, right? Say, like, for instance, first I start to love this country. Yes. Then after that, I start to read about the country, about all the sacrifice. My love is even further. Then I go and I go to the next level. I read about all that the World War II and all the British occupation and everything. All right. And how much we have gone through. Okay, I start to love this country even further. Then after that, I joined the army. I joined the military. So when I joined the military means what? I really fall in love and I'm willing to sacrifice my life for this country. So the intensity of love will increase gradually. So that is how Srimad Bhagavatam will increase. In first canto, first 2 cantos are considered like introduction. Canto 1, canto 2 is introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam. And of course, it's quite mind-boggling and mind-blowing when we start to hear that Kunti Maharani is praying, Krishna, give me more and more pain. Give me more and more suffering. Huh? Can any one of you think like that? Can you dare to go to Krishna and say, Krishna, give me more and more suffering? Not enough. Huh? People are glorifying me. Give me more and more humiliation. Let people give me more and more propaganda. Let people tarnish me, tarnish my name on internet. Make me. Who dare to pray like that? But when Kunti Maharani prays like that, that means there is something which is greater than all the humiliation. So through this humiliation, through this pain, through this kind of suffering, there is something great is at the back. It is just like you are going through you found a map. You found the map to the mountain of gold. When you somehow or other you found the map, you say, oh my God, I found the map, the hidden map. And there that is guaranteed at least 100 tons of gold and jewelry and all the treasure is waiting for you. 100 tons. And it's tell you, when you walk the path, you're going to go through this kind of suffering and struggle and everything. Then you go there, you must chant some certain mantras, the certain beings or demons who are protecting the place will just allow you to take it. So you see all the map, then you start to follow. But when you go to the, when you start to walk the path, that's when you start to see the reality. Right? The reality, that means you see it is not like an ordinary jungle, it's a jungle with full of thorns. You'll be pricked everywhere. And you start to struggle, walk step by step. Oh my God, until a few moments you feel like giving it up. All right? But what motivates you? All this pain is going to give me the ultimate pleasure in the future. Once I discover the treasure, I'll be as rich as Kubera. It is worth the effort because if I take this effort, not only me, but my entire generation will be liberated from poverty. So some or other you push yourself, you fall into the ditch, you faint there, suddenly you wake up, there'll be a snake. Some or other you try to run away from the snake by holding some roots and try to come up from the ditch. And you try to go there and suddenly you go to the place where there's this warning, piranha. All right. There's a river full of piranhas and crocodiles. And some or other you have to look for ways. You start to sit and study, okay, how the piranha acts, when the peak time, the hunger, when the time the piranha go to sleep, when the crocodile become invalid. You study all that. Now you understand, pop, on that particular moment of invalidity, you just try to cross the river. Then you go to the next level, just like a video game. You just go to the next level, like, bam, at last you get a big mountain of gold. So the intensity increases. So the intent, when we start to see, okay, what Kunti Maharani worshipping, it is something which is very mind-blowing. Who actually person who are in a sane mind could dare to pray like that? Give me more and more pain, not enough. Then we see that, and another example we see like Bhishmadev will be lying on the bow, they call on the bed of arrows in great pricking pain. You just imagine one prick itself so painful. The whole back is pain, the whole body. He just invalid. Everything got pricked. All the arrows. He's in such a terrible pain. The blood is oozing, and it should be very smelly. In such a great pain, When he saw Krishna, he went into great ecstasy. That means what we understand from there. Even the pain in this material world, how terrible it is. When we start to engage in Krishna consciousness, it is beyond your mental perception. So all these things we study. Then we go to the list. Okay, first we talk about universal, how the universe was created. You know, then the Mahatattva. From Mahatattva, it came Jambudvipa, and from the Jambudvipa, there's a planet called Earth. And from there, how it came from Karnadakshay Vishnu, where Karnadakshay Vishnu came from, right? The first expansion, Krishna, Balaram, then what they call Aniruddha, Sankarsana, all right, Pradyumna. Then from there, first quarter, quarter, then the second quarter expansion, then the third quarter, all right, then the quadruplet, that means the fourth expansion, all right, expansion of the expansion of the expansion, all right. Then from this side, Radharani came Mahalakshmi, and from Mahalakshmi came thousands of Lakshmis. From Radharani came thousands of gopis, and from the gopis, blah 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 blah. It goes on to then you go to the Yoga Maya, and from Yoga Maya come to the Mahamaya, right? Come to the Mahamaya and how the thing happened, and the final expansion, the localized expansion in the mode of then the world was created. They created through these three modes of material nature, and Krishna expanded further. First, he expanded as Brahma, then he expanded as Vishnu, as Shiva, right, to take care of the mode of ignorance. So like that, how the thing. So we study all that. Wow. And we just to know that how insignificant we are. Then what is the next step? Okay, we study further. Then you go through to, then after that he says, okay, now you go to the level, then there's a place called Vaikuntha Loka, how the Vaikuntha Loka looks like, right? Then after that, from Sweta Dvip, that means for localized expansion, local, Sweta Dvip, the localized Vaikuntha in this material world, from there one by one expansions start coming down. All the expansions which is eternally available, eternally in Vaikuntha, in Goloka, in what they call in spiritual world, but for the expansion for coming, it's just like a like Narasimhadev, Sen is representative, Sen is energy to act as material world standard Narasimhadev. So all come from Sweta Devi. From there, when all the demon comes, all the devas will go and worship Narayana. Please, Vishnu, please save us. And which Vishnu they pray to? Shirodakshay Vishnu. Okay, I will come. Then he come in the form of Narasimhadev, he come, and all for what? To prove to you, look here. You don't need to worry, live a careless life. Simply depend on me. So he came to save the earth, he came to save Prahlad Maharaj, he came and delivered Bali Maharaj, you know. Even Bali Maharaj, such a demon, he was punished, he was sent to Patala Loka, and yet he was in great ecstasy. All the sins has disappeared from his body. When this what they call Bali, what do you call Trivikram, put the head on his head, put the leg on his head, the dwarf Brahmana, right? And from there the toes went up, and from there Ganga comes down in between supplementary stories. So like that. Then after that these devas happened, then Prachitas. Then after listening to all that, and let's see how the devotees worship you. All right, the Prachitas when they meditate in the water, they do kind of severe austerity, they do all this kind of penance, austerity, right? Yeah. So who actually give you problem? The one who gives you problem is the demonic mentality. And where the demon comes, of course, the story about how the Jaya Vijaya came down. So like that. So we slowly, we evolve, then they start to see the severe meditation and everything. And Krishna the Somam Bonam. Krishna is the original personality. We study all the things. All right. Now, after seeing all that official duty about Krishna, let's look at his personal life. As a personal life, how was he? Let's see how he was born. First, he was born in this way. All right. Then, what they call? After he was born, what happened? He was said that he was born at the 8th child. But before that, the 6 children that born was brutally murdered by the uncle. Brutally. One hand hold the leg, one hand hold the hand. The head will be tangling, baby. He will take it and smash it on the stone and crush the child to death. See, oh my God, why is that so? Right? Then what happened? First, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 children were crushed to death. Right? then the 7th, Balaram, then 8th, born as Krishna. So what we can understand from there? We understand, oh, this is so brutal. But the idea is, what is our 6 anarthas that we have? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moga, then this thing, and at last is envy, right? Last, what they call Kama, Krodha, last, anger. What are the 6 things? Can anyone tell me? What are the 6 defects? What?
Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Matsarya or Baya.
Vatsalya?
And Baya.
Baya, fear.
Yeah.
Okay, the 5 things, all the 5 things. And last is envy. What they call envy?
Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Matsarya and Baya.
Yeah, that's the 5 things. But and the last one is envy.
6 already, Babu.
6, okay. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Baya, and yeah.
Envy, Babu.
Envy is what? Moha, Lobha, right? Lobha.
Matsarya.
Matsarya, okay. Okay. So at last, so the first 6 things you have to destroy from your life. After you destroy the 6 things, and how you should destroy it? By holding the leg and holding the hand, just smash it on the stone. Get rid of all these things. Get rid of your last, Kama, Krodha, your uncontrolled anger, Baya, fear, all these kind of things. At last, you crush your envy. That is represent the 6 children. After the 6th thing done, then Balaram. Who is Balaram? In that condition, surrender to a guru, because Balaram is our supreme guru. Adi Guru. Balaram is Adi Guru. You surrender to that guru, and that guru will show you Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. You understand? Destroy the first 6 things. The 7th is your spiritual master, and the 8th is your Krishna. So we start to see, oh, really? Krishna is the supreme. Okay. And now the guru is taken over. So all the 6 nonsense things has been destroyed until chapter 10, Canto 10. Until Canto 10, all these 6 nonsense things is destroyed. You know, what is the point of you being envious? The story of Ambarish, Dhruva Maharaj, he's very envious. So end of the day, Krishna sent the Sudarshan Chakra even to kill this thing, to protect, because he offended this thing. So all this we understand. Offended devotee, Sudarshan Chakra will chase you. And once he will cut you into pieces, and no one in this evil can help you. Went to Brahma, I says, I cannot help you. Went to Lord Shiva, I said, get out. I can't help you. He said, where should I go? Go back to the person and fall at his feet and ask forgiveness. You'll be safe from Sudarshan. Until he come to Ambarish, fall at his feet and says forgiveness. Then Baya. There's so many things, incident happen, right? That this incident, that incident, all that Narasingha Dev and story of Varaha Dev and all this we study, our Baya, our fear has been removed. We can be fearless, right? Because we know Krishna is there to come and protect us. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu, Jwalantam Sarvatomukam, Narashima Bhishanam Badram, Mrityur Namami, even Mrityur, even the death personified will be very afraid of him. Even the death will run away. Because the death is the ultimate fear. Everyone got a fear. And what is the ultimate fear in human being? Death. Even the Mrityur, the death personified also will chabulari. So, then all that things, okay, Baya, then Krodha, then last, then your anger. How much after all this you are done, then you come to that, then you, okay, now you understand all the 10 things, 6 anarthas has been destroyed. Then appears Balaram as a guru, spiritual master. Balaram is spiritual master, Adi Guru. And he also came in the form of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is our Adi Guru. That's why Balaram appeared first, then a week later, then this thing, then after the Radharani will appear, Radhastami. So, then what happened? Then Balaram appeared. So we understand. So now we understand about Krishna's little boy. Right? He has done this, he did all kind of mischievous. Oh, Krishna is so naughty. You feel you can relate to Krishna. So when you start to relate to Krishna, that's when you start to create relationship with Krishna. So when you start to see young children running around, you remember Krishna. Then comes Damodara Leela. Then slowly, you come to that thing that at the age of 7, he will tell everybody not to worship that sun and the moon and the Indra. All these are wasting time. You should worship the mountain because the mountain gives you everything. You want water, the mountain gives you. You want herbs, the mountain give you. You want to take the cows to graze, the mountain, you send him to the mountain is preparing all kind of herbs and very fresh grass. So everything come from the mountain. Why are you wasting time worshipping to someone that you can't even see? And the yeah, it makes sense. And everybody started to do Govardhan puja. And that time Indra will be very angry. You'll send upon that all this kind of destruction, this thing. And he says, don't worry. Again, Krishna says, don't worry. He simply carried the entire mountain with the Sundu Veral. So what we can understand from this? All our trouble in life, it's just a significant, just with using his Sundu Veral, a small pinky finger, he can just destroy all your suffering and pain and even your fear. He could just carry it and put it up there. And as a devotee, when we start to see that, when we start to feel that Krishna's presence, this thing, we don't even remember our pain. None of them have ever doubt Krishna. What happened if suddenly if we just drop the Govardhan, all be crushed to death. The entire mountain is holding in a pinky finger. And if suddenly happened, suddenly some bee will come and bite him, some kusu come and bite him, the fly will come and play on his nose. Hey, boom, everything will drop down. What will happen? The entire Brajavasis will be crushed to death. No one doubt it. No one doubt Krishna. So we have to be in that level to undoubt. I mean, we should not doubt it. Then after that, we start to see, then after that, Krishna start to show his confidential part. Rasa Leela. Right? Say, like, for instance, he asked the girls all, when the girls all were bathing and everybody took away their clothes, Krishna will take away their clothes and hide it. And all the gopis will be like, undressed. They are not covered. They'll be asking Krishna, come, show me. Come, give me back this thing. No, cannot. I want all of you to come out. So what is that understanding? I mean, is Krishna is really God? Is Krishna really God? What does it want? And after all, you must understand Krishna is somewhere he's not even a teenager yet at that time. He's still a young boy. All right? He should be around 8, 9 years old. But why does he need to do that? What is the idea behind it? What is the confidential idea behind it? Very simple. When it comes the month of Margali, all the gopis will be worshipping Katyayani. That they want Krishna as the husband. They want Krishna as the husband. So, in order to fulfill the desire, so how the wife will appear in front of the husband? Right? So, the total submission, it is like, so he says, okay, you all want me to become your husband? Okay, I'll fulfill that desire. So, how? By them being undressed in front of Krishna, being naked. Right? So, that is some of the things. So, all of them came, their desire of this. Because, and after all, you must understand Krishna is still a young boy. He was only 14 or 13, 14 when he went to Mathura. But until then, he was still young, childish boy. It's all a beautiful pastime. See, wow, Krishna is this to that level, yeah. But first, but when we study wrong, we say, oh, Krishna is a playboy. Krishna is crazy. But when we understand this, because Krishna is enjoying with his energy, that's all. And that energy wants Krishna. I say, come. If you want to become my wife, what does that mean? If he wants to marry him, what does that mean? You want to have some intimate romantic relationship. And fulfilled. So it's all this kind of beautiful pastime. So we see all these kind of things, we study. And at that moment, Prabhus and mothers, you know what miracle will happen to you if you, how to check and balance whether you're really ready or not? Your lust will be totally removed. It's quite amazing. I don't want to say further, but I want you to experience it. Your lusty desire in your heart will be totally dissipated. But if you are not really ready to read that, but you simply jump into that, you can be misinformed. That's why I say, read Prabhupada's purport. In Prabhupada will explain everything. By the time you finish your 10th canto, you are already matured. When you come to the real confidential part, the real secret of Krishna's personal private life revealed to you, all the lusty desire in your heart will go off and you will be in great ecstasy. They call parakyaras, which is not available in this material world. It is a confidential pastime between gopis and Krishna. Parakyaras. So, after we see all the pastimes, Then suddenly Krishna will leave to Madura. Then after that, he going to whack all these things. You know, he'll have a wrestling match. He will kill Kamsa. He will kill all that demoniac people and all that. Then after that, he established himself as a king. Put his grandfather Ugrasena. Then after that, he become a king. Right. So while in that process, what happened to all the gopis who miss Krishna so much? And that's when you start to see this. After all the pastimes, then you come to that ecstatic love. After all the story happened, then Canto 10, halfway, and beginning of Canto 11, you start to see this Gopi Gita. No, Gopi Geet. And the Gopi Geet is such a beautiful song. Right? So since if you can remember this, if you can sing this song, okay, anyway, Gopi Geet. Yeah, what is it? No, it's here. Vaishnava author. Yes, it is. Okay. Dikam Janmana Vraja. Jayati te dikam Janmana Vraja. Prayate Indira Sasvat Atrahi. Jayita Dristyatam Tikshuta Vakas Vaidrata Savas Tvam Vichinvate Saradudasaye Sadhu Jatasat Sarasi Jodara Sri Musa Drisha Suratanatate Shulkadasika Varada Niknato Nehe Kimvada. Like that, there is around 19 verses. All right. So he says, "O gopis," the gopis said, "O beloved, your birth in the land of Raja has made it exceedingly glorious, and thus Indra and the goddess of fortune always reside here." Right? So now, okay, you're saying that we have devoted servants, maintain our life. We have been searching everywhere for you. So please show yourself to us. O Lord of love, or beauty, you glance excels the whole of finest, most perfect form lotus within. Okay. Okay. So when you start to read this thing, so the gopis will start to remember one by one of Krishna. So they go and start to hug the trees. They go and hug. Hey, are you the Krishna? When he suddenly see some branch of the tree bend, hey, are you the one Krishna? They go and hug the tree. They go and they'll be hugging, and they'll be in such a great separation. They cannot take a single second. And all of them will decide to commit suicide, including Srimati Radharani. They can't take it. And every moment they want to commit suicide, they will just think, how if Krishna comes tomorrow? Then again, they want to commit suicide. Suddenly they remember, how if Krishna comes tomorrow and we are not around? Like that, they prolong their life at least 100 years. Until to one level, the separation, they couldn't take it any longer. And that's when Krishna will call Uddhava to go and pacify the gopis and says, I'm coming soon. And that's a conversation in Canto 11. Canto 11, all that thing, says that how wonderful is my devotees. How great is my devotees. How, they start to speak about that what they call the confidential part of devotional service. After all that, then Canto 12 will talk about the importance of studying the Shastra and everything, and the description of Kali Yuga. Soon in Kali Yuga, what's going to happen? Everything going to be destroyed? No, women will lose their shyness, and everything. Of course, I don't want to mention it, but of course, I want you to read it yourself. But don't really jump to chapter 12. So go through that. That is the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, 12 cantos. So slowly you start to study. From first 2 is the introduction. Then 3 onwards, the creation of that universal, and of that start from Varaha, Narasingha, then blah, 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 blah. Go to that 10, Balaram appearance and Krishna appearance as a baby childhood. Then, of course, the romantic experience of Krishna and this thing. So you could relate yourself. At that moment, even how masculine you are, you start to feel that you are a feminine, that you can be like a gopi. So that is another confidential part of the Shastra, that other than Gopals, you know, the Gopals, the Krishna's boyfriends, boys, other than them, everybody is actually have a feminine by nature. You can be a man now, but your real Swarupa, your Swarupa or your original self, okay, it is in the feminine form. So all these things are revealed. Okay. So like that, but like, I'm a man. How can I can't even think of myself. But of course, now your conscious mind don't allow. But all these things are, you will somehow or other understand. And of course, it is not recommended to speak about this confidential part to the devotees who are not ready, prepared, or not like initiated and all these kind of things. It is confidential. But I am very sure that all of you here, 7 of you are here, 5, 6 of you are here, are very matured, even though that you didn't go through some of you didn't go through some kind of purification ceremony of initiation, but still you understand, right? So discuss. Of course, this video, I will not put it public. I will put it as, what do you call, there's another word, unlisted or something like that. So only those people who are intended, they can watch this thing. Okay. So that's the thing. So now you understand what is Srimad Bhagavatam. Vaishnava Prabhu, you understand? Have I given a, okay, is my summary is okay?
Yeah, very good, Prabhu.
Yeah. So now you understand? We should.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, you want to say something?
Very
You want to
clear.
say something? Yes, speak up.
Yeah, very clear. Yeah, there's how to go about reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhu. The way you said, I don't know whether I've never tried that way, reading the translation first, and then the verse, and then I never tried that way.
Yeah, you can try now, Prabhu. Just tell us how it feels.
But even then, I tried, Prabhu. By the time the canto is over, you forget everything. You remember only the canto you're reading. Prabhu.
That's why we are telling, Prabhu. That's why when you're going to read the one book 3 times,
Yeah.
the verse, the translation, and the purport at 3 installment, you will be understanding. Because the idea is not for you to remember, for you to relish.
But the names like the so many Manus and so all this
Not
that
necessary, Prabhu. All that not necessary.
yeah.
All that for your understanding only.
And this king has got so many sons, that king got so many sons.
Yeah. See, all the characters is not this. Is the most important is what is the message.
Yeah.
What is the message actually?
Yeah.
You know, like for instance, the day they were talking about. Do you know who is Prahlad's mother?
Yeah.
Prahlad's mother's name. I never knew who is Prahlad's mother's name. Only that day in the movie only I said, oh, Kayadu, adha avanga peru. Because I'm really like not really bothered to remember the names and everything. So what is that essence, the message? Right? The entire movie of that this thing, all that 2.5 hours movie, what is the conclusion? Narsinga Dev protected Prahlad at any cost. That is that message. So that is what we should be convincingly believe in it. Okay. How about others? Any other feedback? Who have not read Bhagavatam? Gandhi Mataji, have you read Bhagavatam?
I only followed one class which was talking about SB1 and Canto 1. But after that class also no more already. So I never finished it. Just I think verse 1, 2, 3, 4 like that and finish. Then no more. That's why I was looking forward to going through it with Prabhu.
But now you understand. Okay, now you see how
Yeah.
important is Bhagavatam. It's going to be
Yeah.
very fascinating, you know.
Actually, every time I see the book, I think of how you were saying the past few classes about doing through the translation first. Yeah, I think I must do it. But I was
And
just wondering why you Prabhu just now said cannot read Canto 10. So now you gave us the answer. Thanks, Prabhu.
yeah. Actually, even I'm surprised. Suddenly just the flow. Suddenly I remembered because I got a very bad memory power. Suddenly I remembered the flow. Okay, what is the first two? Then anyway, Krishna. Everything's by Krishna's mercy. So that's the thing. So always remember this thing. Srimad Bhagavatam is a very important book. All right. Take
the name Kayadu, Babu,
Kayadu. Yeah.
is quite popular in the Tamil series, Babu.
Oh, now I catch you. So you like to watch a lot of Tamil series?
No. Go to my sister's house, she'll be watching.
Oh, she'll be watching. Okay.
The wife's name is Kayadu. For you, it looks a bit different, but it's quite popular in Tamil series, Babu.
I see. Okay.
I was wondering how can Apollo use a wife's name as Kayadu, Babu?
Yeah. Anyway, very nice. So that's the thing. So shall we continue? Or shall we stop? Do you have time? Until maybe 11:50?
I can, Prabhu, no problem.
Okay. Who can't? Anybody who can't do it, raise your hand. Okay, looks like everybody can. So, okay, now it's 10:42. Let's take a short break. We take what, 2-3 minutes. Then we continue. Okay, so we have seen that. Okay, we continue on 55. Atta maduraya yata adi varahe maduram cha parityajya yo nyatra kurute ratim mudo brahmati sangsare mohita mama mayaya. Okay, it's from Canto 1. Sorry, it's quoted in 1.2.211. So now the importance of residing in Madura. Okay, what is the advantage of staying in Mathura? So in Varaha Purana, it's mentioned in where in Varaha Purana is a statement praising the residential quarters of Madura. Lord Varaha tells man on earth, he tells the man on earth, any person who becomes attracted to the places other than Madura will certainly be captivated by illusory energy. Oh my God. So those people who are captivated by this illusory energy, okay, that means those who are people who don't stay in Madura, other than Madura, Vrindavan and all this kind of place, they will somehow or other will be captivated by this kind of illusory energy. So now, what to do now? Oh my God, right? So, first of all, we are worshipping Tulasi so that we can create the Mathura environment in our house. And that's why 2 times Tulasi worship is very important. All right, very important. But if you have that capacity or capability, it's always advisable. Even I was thinking, even if I'm qualified, if I'm okay, if Krishna willing, I also like to migrate to Vrindavan or Mayapur. All right? So if you get a chance, you can consider that. So Brahmande cha Trailokya Varti Tirthanam Sevana Durlabhahiya Parananda Mayi Siddhir Madura Sparsha Matraya. So in Brahmanda Purana, it is said that the result of traveling on the pilgrimage within the 3 worlds can be achieved simply by touching the holy land of Madura. So that is very auspicious. That means when you go to Madura, when you stay there, when you just touch the land itself, it's considered that you have traveled to all the place of pilgrimage in this entire 3 planetary system. Right? So Sruta Smrta Kirtita Cha Vanchita Prekshita Gata Sparshta Srita Sevita Cha Madura Bishta Da Nirnam Iti Kyatam Purane Suna Vistare Viyochate. In many sastras or scripture, it is said that simply by hearing, remembering, glorifying, desiring, or seeing or touching the land of Madura, one can achieve all desires. All right. Say like, okay, you can't do that. You can keep it in your meditation. Remembering, glorifying, and all these kind of things is considered that all the desires can be fulfilled okay, of staying in Madura. Right, now let's look at Atta Vaishnavam Sevanam Yata Patme in Padma Puran. Aradhananam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam. So now rendering service to the devotees. Okay, now the next thing is how important is to serve the devotees. Okay, so in Padma Puran, there is a nice statement praising the service of the Vaishnava. Where in Padma Purana, right? A statement praising the service of Vaishnavas or devotees. Praising, okay. In that scripture, Lord Shiva tells Parvati. Who? Lord Shiva is informing Parvati. My dear Parvati, there are different methods of worship. And out of all such methods of worship of the Supreme Person, okay, out of all the methods, worship of the Supreme Person considered to be the highest. Okay, that means worshipping Krishna is considered the highest. But even higher than the worship of the Lord is the worship of the Lord's devotees. All right. So that's why. In fact, yesterday I was when I was reading that Jaiva Dharma, I was also inspired with this thing. Like for instance, any good things happen in your life, you just say, oh, by the mercy of my spiritual master, my Guru Maharaj, or something, this thing happened. So always worship, always see things in gratitude to the spiritual master. All right. It is very important to worship the devotees. Okay. So now in Tritiya, all right. Okay, it says, Yat Sevaya Bhagavata Kuta Stasya Madhu Dvisha Ratirasho Bhavit Tivra Padayor Vyasanardana. A similar statement mentioned in 3rd Canto, 7th chapter, verse 11 in Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, let me become a sincere servant of the devotees. All right. So let me become the sincere servant of the devotees, because by serving them, one can achieve unalloyed devotion service unto the lotus feet of the Lord. The service to the devotees diminishes all miserable material condition and develop within one deep devotional love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so again, devotees. Skandacha, Sanka Chakrani Chakran Kita Tanu, Shirasa Manjari Dara, Gopi Chandana Liptango, Dristarchita Agam Kutaha. So in Skanda Purana, it says there's a similar statement. Person whose bodies are marked with tilak, symbolizing the conch shell, wheel, club, and lotus. Okay, and who keeps the leaves of tulasi on their head, and whose bodies are always decorated with gopi chandana. Even sin once can help the seer to relieve from all sinful activities. All right. So that's why sometimes as a devotee, we have to make sure that we should always with tilak and everything. But when you look at you, they can, all their things can be distinct. Okay. But where can we find the devotees who are marked pure devotees like that? Of course, on all these kind of holy places. All right. So, Pratamecha Yesam Sangsmarana Pungsha Sadhya Shuddhyanti Vaigraha Kim Puna Darshana Sparsha Pada Sauchasanadibihi. A similar statement found in 1st Canto, 19th chapter, verse 33 of Srimad Bhagavatam. There is no doubt about one becoming freed from all reaction of sinful activities. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
After
I'm in the shop. You want to buy your vegetarian beef or Maggi?
So there's no doubt, okay, becoming freed from all reaction of sinful activities. There's no doubt you can free, okay? How? After visiting devotee or touching his lotus feet or giving him a sitting place. Even by remembering the activity of such Vaishnava, one becomes purified along with the whole family. And what then can be said, rendering direct service to him? All right. So that's why all these are to convince you further. If you get a chance, move to Madura or any of your peers, any of your mentors, devotees that you should also have this kind of relationship. Okay, it's mentioned Adi Purana. Ye me bhakta jana, partha name bhaktas chate jana. Mat bhaktanam chate bhaktas, tame bhaktatatma mataha. In Adi Purana, it says the following statement, Lord Krishna himself. Statement by Lord Krishna himself, addressed to Arjuna. Okay, says, my dear Partha, One who claims to be my devotee is not so. Ones who claim to be my devotee, they are actually not devotee. But only a person who claims to be my devotee is of my devotee is actually my devotee. Right? A person who claims to be a devotee of my devotee. If you are a devotee of a devotee, then you are considered my devotee. All right, like sometimes, so that's why he says, okay, when we should go further than this Kanishtadhikari. Kanishtadhikari don't respect the devotees, but they worship the Lord. All right, they can misbehave. We study that in a Nectar of Instruction. So by doing that, oh, okay, the Lord is there, why devotee not doing that? That's not the way. But a person who actually, the devotee of a devotee is actually my devotee. Krishna says, no one can approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. Mentioned in Chaitanya, okay, directly. You can't approach Krishna directly. One must approach him through his pure devotees. Okay, that's why the initiation ceremony is important. Therefore, in the system of Vaishnava activity, the first duty is to accept a devotee as a spiritual master and then render service unto him. Okay. Yavanti Bhagavad Bhaktir Angani Katita Niha Prayastavanti Tad Bhakta Bhaktir Api Buddha Viduhu. Rupa Goswami affirms that in all the quotation given by Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Okay. Now, Rupa Goswami affirms that all quotation given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the book that we are reading now, from different scriptures are accepted by the great acharyas and devotee of the Lord. So it confirms that all the things that we are reading here, it is actually accepted by the devotees and acharyas. He is not simply giving his own opinion. 57. Ata yata vaibhava mahotsava yate padme ya karoti mahipala hare gehe mahotsavam tasyapi bhavati nityam hari loke mahotsavaha. Serving the Lord according to one's position. All right, this is another thing. How a person should serve the Lord according to one's position. Oops, my God, it's tearing off. Give me a second. Okay, there's such a long intro. Okay, never mind. Anyway, we just do this last verse, and tomorrow we finish off this chapter. All right. Okay. So serving the Lord according to the one position. So in Padma Purana, there is a statement that one should perform the ceremonies of the Lord according to one's financial position. Okay. You should serve the Lord according to one's financial position. Everyone should observe the different ceremonies and celebration of the Lord by all means. Okay. By all means, a person must celebrate. Okay. So I think we stop here because the others now is what? Performing devotional service. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay, we just leave this, right? So at the please mark your book at page 103. Where's my page 103, performing devotional service. Okay. So we do this tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Okay, we continue because I don't want to go into this because performing devotional service in Kartika takes a long explanation. All right. So let's open to questions and answer. Is there any questions? Any comment? Any takeaway? Gandhi Mataji, Chanalakshmi Mataji, Nanda Mataji. Chanalakshmi Mataji, you call me.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
I'll call you later in privately.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any questions? Any comment? All okay? All right. So there's no questions, no comment. We'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we continue at 9:15 onwards. All right. Till then, have a nice day. Vancha kalpatarubhescha kripa sindhubevacha paritana pavinibhyo Vaishnavebayo namo nama. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai. Gaura Premanande. Hare Hare Krishna.